Now, Fitzpatrick's going to miss Sunday's season finale against Buffalo after testing positive, according to ESPN and reports. Now, with Ryan Fitzpatrick out in what is a crucial game for Miami, the responsibility for all of it, the Dolphins season, is going to fall on Tua Tagovailoa's shoulders. And while Fitzpatrick may have better numbers from his 7 starts this season, Tua has gone 6-2 in his starts this season. But don't forget, they've been doing the starter-reliever situation. So I want to bring back in RC and Bart. So, Bart, how crucial is Ryan Fitzpatrick's absence to the Dolphins' playoff hopes?
It's extremely crucial. Listen, when they first went against each other the first outing, it was 28-31 Buffalo. That was a tight game. That's because Ryan Fitzpatrick knows where to go with the football. Now, Tua Tagovailoa is coming into this game understanding that he's not coming in with the best team. This is a much better Buffalo team, and it all depends on how much they're going to decide to go and what they're willing to risk. But we saw the difference in this game here when they came in relief of Tua. Tua's only throwing the ball down the field 15 yards is his longest pass in his last 2 games. He won't be able to do that. He won't be able to win with death by 1,000 paper cuts. He's going to have to take chances, take risks. When he takes those chances and those risks, he puts that ball up there. It's an opportunity that Buffalo defense can take it the other way. Now, if I'm Buffalo, I'm saying, you know what? I want to go against Tua, and I want this team in the playoffs because I'd much rather go against them than to go against the Ravens or potentially go against the Colts. So I may just say, you know what? Merry Christmas, for this year and last year. Come on in.
RC, what do you think?
I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I mean, we're looking at this reliever thing a little differently because of what we saw against Las Vegas. They also tried this against the Denver Broncos, and he did lead. Ryan Fitzpatrick led him down the field, and then he threw the football to the other team. But those are the 2 instances that we can point to where Ryan Fitzpatrick even played during the 6-2 run that they've been on with Tua Tagovailoa as the starter. And here's the other thing that I started to think about. So now, Tua, you don't have this safety net, right? Tua, you also don't have to worry about if I don't play well, if I throw a pick, or if we get behind. Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to play in this, is going to come in the game. There is no reliever. You're going to start the game. You're going to finish the game, no matter what happens, as long as you don't get hurt. Now go play. Go have a good time. You're playing with house's money. You're the 1st-round pick. You were picked 5th. They want you to be the guy of the future. Let it go. Show us that Tua Tagovailoa that we thought the Miami Dolphins were tanking for last year. Be that dude. Here is your opportunity. And so where we all love Fitzmagic and it's fun to watch and he has the beard and he throws no-look passes because his head is getting torn off, he ain't really played a lot. So let's be real. Let's be straight up. This is about the Miami Dolphins defense. And if you remember early on in the season, I know it's a long time ago, you lose Byron Jones. And so there's a rookie man-to-man on Stephon Diggs all day. And he ate him up. Stephon Diggs going to be sitting next to me and Bart watching this game. The Miami Dolphins are in a good place. Let's not make it more than it is.
Okay, but Bart, let me ask you, and I want you to jump in on this, but let me ask you, earlier this week we talked about this, and my big thing was, if you don't let Tua play through the mistakes, how does he learn from them? Now, RC saying, hey, just go play, but he hasn't been playing through some of those mistakes. Is this a guy you trust going into a game like this?
Not at all. No, nothing to worry about. Don't worry. If you lose, don't worry. We just out of the playoffs. Everything that all the veterans that's been carrying the load the entire year has worked for. So now he's going into this with the weight of the world on his shoulders. You understand how guys can get tight real quick, and especially if you have a turnover early. It's hard to turn the page when you know you're going home. This is win or go home. So we're going to see what this young man is made out of because he's going to have to win this game. They're not going to hand it to him.
Hey, Bart, this man ain't play at one of these mid-majors. This man's first action was in the second half of the national. You like it? You like it? This man's first action was against Georgia in the national championship. He throws a pick, puts his arm around Nick Saban and say, don't worry about this, coach. I got this. Right? Yeah. This man turned the ball over early against the LSU Tigers, which is the best college football team ever assembled in the history of football, and comes back and has a great second half. Tua Tagovailoa ain't scared. He ain't soft. You don't have to coddle him. He's been in difficult situations. Let the man rock. I can't believe you, Bart. How you start 2021 out sorry and scared? Let's go.
Guys, I got to leave it there. Don't worry, Bart. You'll get your chance back at RC. I got to leave it there because I got to get out for a second. You'll get your chance. Don't took what seems like a huge blow on Thursday afternoon when Ryan Fitzpatrick was placed on the reserve COVID-19 list. Now, Fitzpatrick is going to miss Sunday's season finale against Buffalo after testing positive. That's according to ESPN and reports. Now, with Ryan Fitzpatrick out in what's a critical game for Miami, the responsibility is now going to fall on Tua Tagovailoa's shoulders. And while Fitzpatrick may have better numbers in his 7 starts this season, Tua has gone 6-2 in his starts this season. Of course, they've had that starter reliever thing going. And so, Diana, what more can you tell us about the Dolphins situation?
Well, the good news is Miami was always going to start Tua in this game against Buffalo. So in terms of just the reps and how the meeting room has been going, he's been the starter. So that's the good news. The bad news is Ryan Fitzpatrick has COVID-19, right? We got to be concerned for his health, but also the fact that we've seen him come in here and light a spark under this offense. He's really been the safety valve for this Miami team when we see when Tua gets a little too overwhelmed or isn't taking care of the ball well. They've been able to rely on Fitzmagic. We saw him against the Raiders. So the fact that they don't have this backup plan has to be a little unnerving. And what also has to be a little unnerving, too, is as of now, the good news is that Tua hasn't tested positive for COVID-19. But you know that the league is going to take a close look at those close contacts to make sure that they are good. And you have to figure that Miami is probably running a very tight ship down there, and they were hopefully very smart with that social distancing between Ryan and Tua. As of now, all good news, and he is expected to start. But, of course, bad news that the veteran quarterback won't be out there.
Wow, could you imagine if that was an issue? Now, Rob, what I find interesting, and I just want to let people know, this news came in late last night, and so what we do is we call you guys, and then sometimes we're telling you this stuff. So, Rob, when the producers called you and told you about this, what was your initial reaction?
Well, I said the Dolphins are screwed because Tua at this point, I like Tua. I think that he is a young talent, but he's a rookie. And I can remember back when we would play a rookie, you game plan against a rookie, he's going to make rookie mistakes. And you watch the Dolphins this season when they replaced Tua after they were blowing out the Jets and they put him in the football game just to kind of get a few reps under his belt. They decided that he's going to be the starter moving forward. And every time that they had a hiccup and their offense wasn't moving the football, where did they go? They went right to Fitzpatrick and they put him in the game. And what did he do? He threw the ball down the field. He moved the ball down the field. He gave the offense a spark. So at this point right now, they need to win this football game so they can have the best chance of making the playoffs. And I think Tua, when the game's on the line, he might start to overthink things a little bit because he is a rookie and he's still learning the game. So you're the Bills. You could potentially take advantage of that. Maybe he throws an interception. But with Fitzpatrick, if you throw him in the football game at the end and you need a touchdown pass, we've seen it. He's done it before. He can get it. He's just going to let it go. He's not going to overthink anything. He's just going to let it rip. So I think at this point, without having that crutch, they might be in trouble. They might be screwed in this football game. That's how I think right now.
Yeah, you know, with Fitz, we know it can be Fitzmagic or Fitztragic, but without that downfield threat, it can change everything. Bart, I have to ask you this question. Do you trust Tua to get the win?
No, but I do trust that defense, and I trust the running game. I trust maybe the game plan. It all decides on how the Bills want to play it. Do the Bills, want to rest